Good morning, my babies. I hope that you had a good night's sleep. As I did, you can hear my voice. I slept 10 hours, 10 good hours. And I woke up early, did my sport, and I watched Euphoria. So today we will be talking about the 2 episodes of Euphoria. First of all, this series or TV show or whatever it is, I wouldn't say it's one of my favorites, but for me it's a must to watch because it's actually reflect reality. It's not things that we only watch, it's actually things that it's happening in life, right? And I was really impressed by the first episode where they mentioned spirituality, and kind of like this took a different turn than what I was expecting to watch. But still, I'm not judging anything. So far, it's so good what I see. So let's talk about it. Let's divide it to episode 1 and then 2 very quick. Actually, no, not very quick, because I will be getting ready. I need to go to work. I took a shower, did my hair, prepared my outfit, and right now I'll put my makeup. So, as I was saying, episode 1, it feels like a beginning, right? And it's more like a continuation of each story, right? Of each chaos, of each situation. So it's not about also what happens, it's about what lingers, and they're going back to each person's life story, I guess. I think this is what it's giving right now, or so far. And yeah, it's like the tension, the silence. By the way, a quick tip for makeup, my girlies. When you put your products, whatever you're using, for example, if you're using concealer, and you put it directly into your eyes, under your eyes, you are missing a lot, because that's why it doesn't look good or doesn't stay long. I would recommend you to do this trick, which is don't even apply it on a palette. Use your hands, use your palm of your hand, because it's warm, and then you can use, of course, beauty blender, or you can use your fingers, let's say the tip of your fingers, because the warmth, using your fingers directly to your skin, of course, after you are hydrating your skin and making it look so good and clean, it helps to blend the makeup in with less, actually, like less makeup, less product, and a better result. Wow, I feel like I'm a makeup artist. I do good makeup, but I'm not an artist. I thought, like, in the past, I wanted to be a makeup artist, like I wanted to study it, but at some point I was like, no, I think I just like makeup and stuff, but like I'm not really obsessed with it, Okay, let's go back to the episode. So I feel like this episode reminds you that healing actually isn't linear, isn't something that you're sure about, as in Rue's case, she think that she's healed or she got it together. But no, because she did not do the inner work, And yeah, it is messy, it is repetitive, with the same cycle over and over. And sometimes it can be also beautiful in a strange way. That's what actually this series about. I think that's why a lot of people like it, because it brings this euphoric, is it euphoric? I don't know what's the word, but let's call it like kind of similar to magic, because don't confuse magic with drugs. I mean, they can work together, but not for long, because I believe that, now we are taking another turn. I believe that magic exists in each person. Whether you have it, you're lucky. You don't have it, then, well, you don't have it. Simple as that. But anyways, the show is giving you this idea about beautiful moments, beautiful colors, and the way that also they put their makeup. Remember at the parties, or was it like the prom party, I think? So yeah, it was beautiful. And I think it can be sort of addictive, right? So some characters are trying to escape themselves, right? And others are finally facing who they've became. So I guess in this case, of course, both of them, because this is what I saw. And they are clearly like knowing what's wrong, And of course, each person had their own way to discover that. Like Rue, with the guy she sat with and had conversation, her sponsor. Is it sponsor? Yeah. And actually, what makes this, especially I feel like the first episode makes it, no, actually even Jules like moment, it was really heavy, because it's very deep. It's like really deep down. We all recognize a part of ourselves actually in that, because that's a nice song. It's called In the Mood for, what was that? Yeah, I'm still watching. Snua Alagira. I don't know, but it's nice. That was by mistake, by the way. So, yes, I feel like this season feels different in everything. It feels like it's bringing you this vulnerable, soft side, but also more dangerous, I guess. Like everything is about to unfold very soon, and slowly, because they're like bringing stories from childhood, and it had some kind of effect, for me. This was all, of course, about episode 1. Oh my god, I broke my favorite blush, because it's very creamy. I love it. I like using creamy products. It's very soft on your skin. Right. Well, we will work with whatever we have here. So episode 2 was not also too much. It wasn't like loud as usual or too much action or too much drama, but it was like, of course, Jules with the therapist conversation, and it's more like a confrontation, because she was like talking, and at the end she was saying like it was her first session, so it was a lot, and that's really good, and for the first time she's not performing, not escaping, just sitting with the truth of what she wants and why she wants it. And also, of course, let's not forget that I have like a lot of, now I have two things that are broken. I have a brush, it's broken, I broke it actually yesterday when I was getting ready. Yesterday was yesterday, but it feels like kind of not far, like a long time ago. Strange. I feel like I'm very refreshed, very ready to start this week. Feeling good. I hope you do as well, babies. Let me just drink something and get back to you before we start talking about episode 2. Okay, I am back, and this playlist is amazing. Like, it's crazy. So, okay, about Jules. I feel like, because sometimes, really, the hardest thing isn't being misunderstood by others. It's actually realizing that you don't fully understand yourself. That's why you are stuck in some kind of a cycle and, seeking for a lot of things. And of course, the way she talks about love, desire, and validation, it shows you, or it actually blurs the lines between what's real to her and what's been shaped by others, I mean, I don't understand the idea of her, like, definitely still have some kind of feelings to, what's his name? Tyler? I know this is his name on the app, but oh my god, Jacob, this is his real name. Okay, I forgot. So, yeah, it makes you actually question yourself, like, in a way where, I don't know, like, how much is what we learned is enough or not enough, or is it right or not right? The way of loving ourselves, the way of loving people, and the way that they love us, because you see there is always patterns. You see how Jules, why she is in love with Rue, because also part of it, because she's an addict. Because of what? Because of her mother wounds, so when people have really trauma with families and suffering and doing some, let's say, soul searching, you will really recognize it right away. You will see it. And I'm sure that, like, all of us as an audience, we connected directly, the same moment once she started talking about her mother and they brought her. She was like, yeah, well, this is my mother, and she's an addict. The same thing, Rue, and I think that this thing, of course, triggered Jules into an old situation in her mind. Oh, the sirens. I guess that's a sign. So yeah, like, because of her wounds were triggered, she thought that this is what she wants, but actually this is what her nervous system used to it. This is what her body, because she's holding like trauma inside of her body, and this trauma just woke up. So it feels like it gave her this kind of sensation, this all mixed feelings, which is again by searching for the validation from the most person that we ever wanted in someone else, just something that I guess a lot of people make them satisfied, and there's of course no shame of that. I hate like people who talk about shaming anyone who have trauma, because I'm a person who had trauma, a lot of trauma in my life, but it doesn't show, it doesn't appear, not because I hide it very well, which is I did in the past, and I was actually ashamed of it, but then I realized that was like wrong, because I was thinking differently, like my mentality and my mindset was totally different. But right now I understand that part of healing is not actually being ashamed, it's actually owning your trauma and being proud of the things that you have been through and how it helped you and shaped you to become, in my case, a better person for myself, and to have a better life. And at the same time, it's like you have to realize that this is work, and this takes a lot of time, and this takes a lot of courage and a lot of confrontation, as in, for example, Jules and Drew, because when she was sitting with her sponsor, she actually reflected on everything, and she realizes that she was just convincing herself something else, So what I recommend you to do is own your trauma. If you have anything that you suffered from, work on it, heal it, talk about it, face it, sit with it. It will make you feel better, because this is wounds inside of you, and you have like some kind of toxicity inside of you that caused by this wound, and you need to purge all these things. It needs to be out of your body. In fact, I was doing some kind of they call it fascia workouts. It really helped me to feel good. In fact, I did it a week ago, right? And let's say today I did it, then the next day I was just sitting and I was enjoying my time, not doing much of things, but like very chilling and relaxed, and then I was thinking of something very old, and then suddenly my eyes started to tear, and I was like, am I crying, and why am I crying? I started to like noticed everything, and of course I let myself let it out, and it made me feel so good. I wrote about it, and then I was listening to some kind of frequencies for like my chakras, actually, to help me to get rid of any blockages, especially if I have it in my throat, or if I have it in my heart, or whatever it is, and that was effective. So the workout really affected me, but like I guess the second day, I'm not sure if it was fast or not, but it was good. And yeah, I recommend you to try it. And I recommend you to watch Euphoria, because also this episode, it felt actually a little bit softer because you know Jules' character, but again, very deep. Like literally peeling back a layer you weren't ready to see. And of course, once you see it, you can't unsee it. And you know what? I really enjoyed it. So I hope the trailers did not ruin anything, because I saw things that I kind of did not really like. But let's see what's going to happen. Anyways, that's all for today. I wish you a beautiful day, a wonderful day. Take care of yourself. I am, as always, very proud of you. And I might ask you a favor. I just want you to do something very tiny that you know it will make you feel good and it will put a smile on your face. Make sure to do that today. Start your week fresh.